This piece is titled Anger. It's a self-portrait, and I believe it's one of my first self-portraits. I can recall creating this piece when I was 15 years old in 1997, sitting on the floor of my bedroom in a family home. I was intuitively drawn to red and black a lot in my art at the time, in school and as I was practicing at home. I see this as a type of art therapy that I was intuitively doing for myself, just communing with my inner world alone, as natural as can be, as natural as art is meant to be. This was really me finding a healthy outlet, a healthy safe space, a healthy place to commune and study and channel the energy and motion within me, the emotion within me, and study the meaning and the power, and channel and alchemize what was going on within me and the contrast of what was happening around me. And I was very much harboring anger, a deep rift within me had already formed at this age. I was able to look back at my life at this time and see some of my childhood and the energies around me in an honest and truthful way. But what was being reflected to me was that there was something wrong with me. I found out at this age that the natural reaction to violation and betrayal, and a natural response to being the target of someone's unhinged rage, that natural response, which is anger, was pathologized as though it was originating in me, and there was something disordered about that, which only adds fuel to the fire. And I'm forever grateful for the fact that I had access to a space to create and to the materials to create. That type of anger building up inside oneself is extremely toxic. I was being guided from within to make everything creative, to make all of this angst and emotion and confusion creative, always turn to creation. Anger is a powerful emotion. It's fuel. It's fire. I didn't see anything wrong with my anger. I felt it was justified. I knew there was a disconnect in how my anger was being judged, and in fact even medicated. I was put on medication, antidepressants. which I knew was wrong. I intuitively knew that was wrong. And I look back and I'm horrified at the fact that that would happen. The ignorance around me is unfathomable. As I go back in that memory, forgive them, for they know not what they do. And art eventually became the thing that persevered through it all, through everything. It was the strand that persevered through everything. The medication, thankfully, fell away after a time. I also started self-medicating with alcohol around this time at age 14. I was self-harming. I was anorexic. I had been diagnosed with depression. And I was seen and judged as the source of all of that. There was no cause. No one looked around for a cause. I was the cause and the effect, apparently. The truth shows in the eyes of this painting. My painting became a way for me to anchor the truth and leave evidence of the truth as I know it, as I knew it, as I experienced it. I had to learn restraint and containment of the anger I was feeling. Cognitively, intelligently, intuitively, I knew as it was happening to me, anger coming out in a destructive, unhinged, controlling way. I refused to emulate that. However, the anger remained, and I turned it inward. I held it inward. I ran long distance. I tried to move the energies somatically. I had no instruction around me. I had no mentor around me. I didn't have much guidance on how to process and move through emotions. I lived within an abusive, alcoholic system, and I had to find my own way to cope with everything and survive. And painting is what I attribute to my survival.